Thank you for staying tuned to the conversation here on Lagos Television. On this side, we are discussing a very important issue. It centers on the issue that affects not just our present, but also our future. And we're talking about climate, that is Lagos Youth and Climate Action for Sustainable Future. Joining us are two dynamic individuals. They are young people. We have with us Dianu Mustafa. I hope I got that right. I have a song in my head. Dianu Mustafa. He is a member of Lagos State Youth Parliament representing Ojo Constituency 2, and he is in the Waste Management Committee. You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much.
With him is also Suliyat Oguns. I got that right, yeah? Member Lagos State Youth Parliament, and she's the SSA on Environmental Health in Bariga Local Council Development Area. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let me start with you, Suliyat. Ladies first. Why, or what's the interest, or what prompted you, to take up this? Why climate change? Why the environment?
Okay, thank you very much for having me once again. My name is Suliyat Oguns, more of an environmental and youth advocate, which later earned me my political appointment as an SSA to the chairman by LCDA, okay, the immediate past chairman, in person of Honorable Kolade Alabi David. So as last week, I'm also an ex-SSA currently. Oh, okay. So I signed out of office last week, Friday. Why environment? Shall I say it stemmed from wanting to solve a problem I noticed in my community. And initially, as a student of Federal College of Education Technical, in my finals, I did a project as a JCI president. We tagged it Kick to Cure, keep it clean to kick it out on campus. And I was able to engage the larger people during this particular project. We gave them mosquito nets. And on going back, like after a month, we discovered they didn't actually need mosquito nets. They had lots of other bigger things we should focus on, because they were using our mosquito net to catch fish. Oh, wow. And from there, I felt like for every project you do, you should be able to ask yourself the why, engage with the community to know what they actually want, and not you just sitting back to think the why question. Why are you doing that project? Why do they need it? Why should you keep on? What's the sustainability of such projects? So immediately after college, I came back to my community, Odusi, and with some friends and colleagues from Federal College, we started mapping out black spots, that is where people just dump heap of refuse. We report them to the government. We get support from the local government. And through that, I noticed we were moving along the line. We started engaging the CDAs in this locality, and I felt, rather than waiting for the government to do everything for us, why don't we keep this up and see how well we can spread our tentacles? And that was as far back as 2017, 18, 19. Then I joined Green Janitors Sustainable Initiative. It's an NGO in the environmental space in Lagos. I was a team lead for Barigas at then. And fortunately, we just kept on doing our bit till October 2020, when I got, 2022, sorry, when I got my appointment to serve with the chairman Bariga LCDA as his SSA on environmental health. So it's been more of community engagement and wanting to solve a particular problem I saw in my area.
Okay, so now that you signed out, is it that you will no longer be involved in ensuring a cleaner and healthier environment?
It's never been about the portfolio.
Okay, thank you.
And as much as the portfolio give me a wider range to do more, because now, apart from our community engagement coming from the NGO space, I had the government backing to do more. So in the past 2-3 years, I've been able to create the relationships that I feel going forward, it's not just going to end there. We have a whole lot in store to do with the youths.
Okay, Dianu.
Yes.
Your area is waste management. I'd like you to talk about your own journey and what sparked your interest in waste management.
Yeah, actually, for a few years back, a friend of mine posted something.
Please, you need to sit up.
Okay, thank you. Okay. A friend of mine posted on his status concerning cleanup. Then I felt like, what is it all about? Let me just go there and see. Originally, I'm an humanitarian, so we do a lot of things within the community. So then, looking at those people, I feel like, what's the essence of this? Then they were able to shed more light on it, that this is the essence of doing this. And then I went to make research on my own, the essence of waste management, clean up, all of those things. And I found interest, like, I have to focus here. People can't just be dumping their waste here. These are the effects when they pollute the environment, it will not only affect individuals, it will affect each and every one of us. If I pollute the environment, it will affect everybody around me. So that's just it. I feel like, okay, let's do something. Waste management, how can we reduce, reuse and recycle? So then I've been attending series of trainings that make me a waste manager. Last year, I was one of those that represent the state at the Federal Ministry of Youth Development waste to weight training. That we were being trained on how to use plastic to make bricks and the like of those things. So majorly, I dip into advocacy. In my own constituency, one of the LCDA within my constituency, I'm currently the chairman for Environment, Housing and Ecology, the National Youth Council. And why this is because of my impact so far, they've been able to track back what I've been doing in the past. Like, we organize cleanups, we partners, we go to market sensitization, let them know what it means to have a cleaner environment for the betterment of the state. So,
okay, let me come to you, Suliat. Now, he has talked about waste management, and you also pointed out a problem in your own environment where people just go and dump their waste. So the question now is about proper waste disposal. Do you think that people really understand how to properly dispose their waste? Do they understand the consequences for not disposing their waste properly, looking at the health risks, the environmental risks?
All right, so I would want to come from the aspect that I'd been in the NGO space and I've been in the government space. And one thing I noticed is people know, but then, shall I say, Nigerians are kind of hungry. The governments are pushing out a whole lot of policies, but should I say the policies are not getting to those at the grassroots. Maybe there is a disconnect between people. That's one thing we wanted to pay attention to. So during my year in office as an SSA, I did more of working with the CDAs. And before I left office, I can categorically say that about 20 CDAs now currently have youth representative, environmental youth representatives. So I don't even need to be there. They now have monthly cleanups, even without the Lagos State back. They do within their CDA, so they do many of those things. And the only reason why they reach out is maybe when they need bigger interventions, they need trucks, or they have like bigger problems. So it's not really about our people not knowing, but now what can we use to actually catch them? And that's where many of these waste to wealth, waste to, when you do exchange programs for them, use that to encourage citizens, because I can't be going to the office now, you tell me to still sit at home, sort waste, and to also engage our kids at home, my younger ones. There's a way these kids tend to correct with the adults in a funny way. I once had a cousin, I took a sachet of pure water, I was in the living room, and I just dropped it on the table. And she was like, my sister and my aunt said you should trash it, right? She now took it, she went to it. No, someone might feel like it's insulting, but then it's kind of insulting. But when we train our kids, they would actually behave one way or the other. Okay, as at 2023, I had Waste Academy 1.0 in Bariga. Every summer coaching, we would bring kids together instead of the usual classroom learnings. Let's do something different. It's more of upcycling. How can you convert this to this? How can you use this to do this? We did more of converting cans to hats, plastic to stools and chairs. And with that, I noticed that many of these kids are creative than what we even taught them. And they would be able to go home and tell their mom, that plastic you are throwing away, just help me keep it. I can use it to do this. So when citizens see value, while we are trying to teach them the right waste disposal and management, when they see value by themselves, I guess we would all be on the same page. So we don't have to always come back to enforce them to do little things. By the time they see value in it, then consciously or unconsciously.
Okay, I hear you, Suliat, when they see value. Then how do we help them see value? Because where I'm driving at is that this is I don't want to say people problem. This is an attitude problem, a mindset. You just said you drank sachet water and you dropped it on the table. So you see a lot of people, you eat something, you just throw it out of the bus.
No, I think,
or even,
I think for her, she didn't have the intention of littering.
No, I'm not.
Maybe when she gets up.
It was just convenient for me at that point. For you. So for some people, they just find it so easy to just drop their trash wherever they are. You see people package their trash and stop their cars and dump it on the way. It's a mindset problem. How do we, as a government or as a people, change the narrative?
Okay,
I also want
sorry.
you to clarify something. Since we're still talking about mindset, and you said earlier that it's not that people do not know they are hungry. I'm trying to
match it.
Match it.
All right.
Hunger and
All right,
bad
so,
behavior.
Yeah.
I was in a particular community, and we were having discussions around, mommy, why it's necessary for you to convert your plastic PET bottles instead of disposing them in the drainage, instead of doing this. And she was like, I'm a market woman, I'll go to Onyigwe in the morning, expecting to be helping you sort out some waste. And that was during the period Loma pushed out the sorting bills. Someone was not like, what would be the remuneration for them? Okay, if I sort my bills, is it just for you to still come and pack it and I'll pay the same price? I don't know if we get that. So if there is value or there is something attached to it, okay, like an incentive. Earlier this year during World Recycling Day, we engaged my community people, and when you bring this, we even increased from the amount from the normal price they pay these malams to just encourage them. And we are trying to see if we could have recycling bags across. When people know, okay, I can get a spaghetti for 10 bottles of Coke, or I can get this, that would be the start. Let me say, be the start. It might not be something like a motivation. And even possibly for secondary school students, they have a meal ticket that once you have this in your card, you could get meals while going to school or in school. That would cheer them up naturally. From there, we can now have a larger house of telling, okay, apart from these incentives to your health, this is this, to this is this is, like, let them see the benefits by then. And we know that Nigerians, at times, we need enforcement. Like, the government have policies. Now, what is their strategy on making sure that citizens follow these policies and laws? So by the time we add enforcement to it, so it won't only just be because of what they are getting. They know that if they are not doing that, there is, shall I say, there is a punishment for it. So in between, they just have to. In between. Okay,
Dianu, you talked about advocacy, which is what you do mostly. Having done your research and looking at Lagos as a whole now, what do you think is the most pressing health issue we have in the state?
Yeah, thank you very much. For me, what I still notice is people still fail to understand that it is an action that warrants every effort, like a collective effort. Is not to be left to an individual. Sometimes if we organize cleanup in our communities, when you come around, people will be like, they've collected money for all of these things. All sorts of things. It's not even...
Really?
Yes.
Yeah,
I said that to you, that because you've collected...
And there's no way you want to talk about waste management without the environment, because it was the pollution that leads to waste management. So these people, when we talk to them, mommy, you don't have to drop this thing here. Mommy, you don't have to do this here. If you drop these things there to cause bacteria, all of these things, they are not visible for you to see. So all of these are what we learned from these green janitors, because I'm also one of the green janitors sustainable initiative owned by Mr. Shadi Abdussalam. He's the CEO. He's also the one that found Campus Recycling Champions. That one is an institution-based initiative. I've once served as one of the deputy coordinator in LASU. Then, what do we do on Campus CRC, Campus Recycling Champions? We advocate for environmental sustainability, basically on SD6 and 13. Climate change and clean water and sanitation. Okay, do this. Why some Nigeria company also donated waste bin for each faculty. Then, okay, if you have your PET bottles, drop them here. Once they come, they will collect it, whatever they will give you in return. So they will know that all of this, they are not waste until it is wasted, because they are what? They are recyclables. We have waste in different forms. We have solid waste, water waste, we have chemical waste, we have biomedical waste, all of those things. So all of those are being used for another thing entirely. But we still need more advocacy, because some people are not aware of all of this. They are not aware. So we still need more advocacy.
Advocacy should not stop.
Yes.
It should be ongoing.
Exactly. So it should be ongoing. And every youth should take charge. Some youth are even aware, but they don't care about what it is.
Okay, so this will lead me to my next question. Now, the question is for both of you. So let's talk about the problems you encounter when you're trying to educate people about this. You have mentioned one that people say, so let's talk about some of the problems you face, like while you're on the field. Who wants to go first?
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Just like the last time, the Lagos State Youth Parliament, under the leadership of Right Honorable Shonuegun Maria Itunolua, and my own chairman, the chairman of our committee, Honorable Adilabu Mustafa. So we organized a cleanup for each senatorial district. We have 3 senatorial districts in Lagos State: Lagos West, East, and Central. So the one we had at Lagos West, while we are cleaning some drainages, we saw loads of bags. People carry waste from their comfort zone and dump it in the waterways, in the drainages, and to stock there. All of this can remain there 10 years without decay. It will just remain there. So I felt like, while all of this, and while we are doing those things, people will still come around that they want to collect money because we've collected money.
So how did you handle it?
So people like that, we try to manage the situation. Brother, sister, this. If those that they don't want us to communicate with them in English, we use our dialect. Mommy, this, daddy, this. I combine this and that. So they would understand the reason why we are there. So we even charge them that this is what they are meant to do every day. Not until people come to your area and tell you that you don't have to do this. You should know that this thing is affecting you. So and we've come to call your attention to it. You might not know. So that's an awareness for you. So you need to take charge when you take action, because it's our action that affects reality. So we should just come together and have the collective efforts. Then we'll achieve something great.
Your own experience?
Okay, I would want to share an experience where a particular NGO invited me. They were hosting a cleanup in Bariga. So I just joined them as a normal youth volunteer, not as an SSC this time around. So on getting to the location, it was a Thursday morning, the usual market cleanup that I felt people should be out doing the usuals. Then we wanted to clean, and they were even telling the volunteers, people that don't stay within Bariga actually, they were throwing dirt at them. The guys were sweeping, and some people were bringing out their dirt and throwing it. And we even went to beg some of these shops, okay, give us your rake, don't worry, this morning, this is freelance you are doing. And they were like, they don't have wool. The way these women behaved, I got pissed off actually. There are times when you're on field and you just feel bad that we can't keep coming to a particular location. You guys just need to understand that we are doing this for you. And what will be our happiness is when we come back here in weeks to come and we see that you continue with these little things that we do. So that morning I got kind of pissed. I had to call the office, the health officers, to confirm where they were, and the fact that we need to pay attention to Thursday cleanups. And immediately they saw health officers. All these women that did not give us rake and shovel, they brought it out. The taxi drivers, they came out en masse to start working. And I was like, do we need to force ourselves before we do things? That's just like one scenario out of many. Like you said, many people would see you, they will tell you, you can't do this for free if you are not collecting money. As member of the Lagos State Youth Parliament, that was why immediately we started our year. One major thing we focused on was waste management and recycling amidst youth under the leadership of Right Honorable Maria Itunolua. And as we have members of the committee that pushed, so our first was we did an online sensitization where members of the parliament, we had a quote about waste. We sent it out. Then after then, we wrote to the Ministry of Environment. We did senatorial cleanups across the 3 senatorial districts with all our members. And after the senatorial cleanup, we were able to have meeting with the Ministry of Environment that we don't just want to keep going back to clean. We want to get involved in programs of the Ministry of Environment. We know you have a whole lot lined up, but is it really getting to the youths that we want to be part of it? Is it getting to those at the grassroots? We don't want to work in silos again. We don't want everybody doing their own thing differently. Let's come to the round table. Let's tap into the existing opportunities. We as youth, we cannot help you push it out to our respective community. By doing that, we should be able to get more results.
Okay, still to you, Sulia. You know, climate change is no longer abstract, you know, and you know, there are visible signs, you know, we see now. I'd like you to, you know, talk about those visible signs of climate change and how it affects, you know, the environment.
All right, in Lagos State, of instance, we were telling some, okay, there was a rainfall around June, one heavy rainfall for a whole Saturday. And somebody, okay, we now checked weather forecasts. Weather forecast told us the rain was supposed to stop at 11. So we were waiting. We were waiting to follow those weather forecasts. And we didn't stop around past 3 or so. And the weather was somehow. These are visible effects of climate change that we don't even need to go far. It's something we see. There are times that when you expect it to be sunny, the weather will just be, the weather is even unpredictable this day. It's unpredictable. You can't tell when floods will happen. You can't tell when
that
little
is the
things.
area we really wanted to talk about. You know,
You can't tell
and
when little things would just. There was an interview of recent, should I say controversial interview, where they were bringing up Lagos is below sea level or Lagos is not below sea level. And once you check the world map, Lagos was not listed amidst the countries that were below sea level. But we understand that due to our proximity to water bodies, if we are not careful, we are kind of
proximity to water bodies.
Yeah, we are kind of very prone to effects of flooding, this high rate of when the sea level rises. So now, how well do we prepare for it, even if we have this information? That's where it now comes to tell us, as residents, we have the highest power. I tell people whenever I go out there, before the governor would feel flooding, or before his house in Marina Ikeja gets flooded, you on the streets beside the canal.
We in Bariga.
There was a day my chairman was reaching out to someone on the Kolade Alabi David, and he mentioned that I feel your pain in Bariga. We both suffer because behind his house, canal passed there. By the end of the street, canal passes there, and it stays within Bariga. It stays within Bariga. So he would now tell you that I need to be the one calling the environment. Please don't let that canal be filled though, because I need to affect me first. So I now tell people that if we don't take responsibilities as individuals, the effect comes to us first, even before a whole lot of political appointees, because many of them might not even be staying close to water bodies or canals. So for someone that don't even know how bad the effect is, and you that you are dropping from one of my pet bottles to 2 of his pet bottles, they combine together, our drainages are blocked, then the effect comes back to us. But we still feel like it's a big, until the bigger effect comes, we don't see it as anything. Not knowing that little of our actions combine together to come back to affect us.
Make big impact,
Let's talk about some of the good steps that the state government has taken on climate change.
Okay, thank you very much. I want to appreciate the Lagos State government because there's this initiative, a technical working group. Under this technical working group, the Lagos State government have been able to identify some areas of environment and others. It's part of what I mentioned, the CEO of Green Janitors is one of them, because those are the kind of persons we want to see in that field. Those are people who encouraged us while we are doing all of those things, making impact to the environment. So, like I said the other time, what we just need to do is to do more, build on those legacy. We already have the platform already. So we give kudos to Lagos State government under the leadership of His Excellency Mr. Being a parliamentary that I want to so His Excellency Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu. So our governor is trying and Lagos State is
Lagos is moving.
Do you want to add something to that?
All right. I would love to buttress what he just said. And in my journey, I actually got a lot of support from Mr. Ashadi. Should I say it was Green Janitors that pushed me with the fact that you could go beyond Bariga borders. You don't just have to make it something within your community alone. And to the Lagos State government, there are a lot of policies, there are a lot of actions, both the Ministry of Environment, the Ministry of Youth and Social Development, under the leadership of Right Honorable Ogunlende. There are a lot of things, and we understand that in Lagos, the youth has the highest population. For every country that wants to make a change, once you gear up your youths, then one way or the other, you should see an increased rate in progress. So I'm a graduate of Loma Academy in 2022. Loma Academy is a program of the Lagos Waste Management Authority where they have internship programs for youth every month. They take you around all departments of waste management in Lagos State for youth to have an insight of what they actually do. And at the end, they try to fix you up with either any department, either they're recycling, for you to just have hands-on experience. And this is just part of one of many things they do. Few days back, the Commissioner for Environment still signed 5 ambassadors, climate change ambassadors, I guess. So these ambassadors were gotten from a Lagos Got Talents competition, climate edition, those that could use spoken words to come up with something creative for those in the recycling, and they were able to sign this. Now, what we now want to do is, as much as all these policies are existing, The ministry does a whole lot of advocacy. Loma does Saturday and Sundays now. Under Dr. Mwewa, they don't have resting day. They come out to almost all local governments on Sunday mornings now. So like they are doing a whole lot. But what we as youths and members of Lagos State Parliament are pushing for is we want to be a bridge in between. Okay, I'm currently putting on a Loma t-shirt and we are trying to push another initiative as youths where what we want to just push is your initiatives, policies are existing. We as youths, let us push it down to our constituencies. Let those are the grassroots benefit more and be the one to sell out these initiatives. If I can point out to 100 youths from my constituency, out of 40 constituencies, 100 youths across 40 constituencies, that's 4,000, then the change will be visible. We should be able to tell a bigger story. So we just need them to let us be the bridge. Though we are taking steps, we are doing little things, but we hope to do more. We shouldn't just be the only beneficiaries.
I love your passion.
We shouldn't only just be the beneficiaries. Let us be able to point out that even if I'm no longer in Bariga, I can have this peace of mind that we have lots of youths that will take it up and continue with the good work. So once again, thank you to the government. The Teams Plus agenda across all ministry are actually pushing that. The youths should be the ones to chair actions and do more. And we as members of Lagos State Parliament, we are keen on that. We are not ready to relax.
In addition to what she just said, for the Ministry of Youth and Social Development, the Commissioner, Honorable Mobalaji Ogunlinde, they've tried a lot because without the Youth Parliament, we can't be here today for this conversation. So, and also they've been able to give us the platform to grow, to extend our tentacles to other ministries as well. Just like we got an invite from the Ministry of Environment the last time they were to have a clean-up at, I think, by Shomolu.
Yeah, Shomolu local government.
And that's what we are saying. She as an environmentalist, same here, being a waste manager, I was not available then. Let's charge other youth, those that were available within that constituency. I'm not representing that constituency. It's not the fact that you being an environmentalist or not. This environment sustainability needs your action as well. So participate. So he went there to represent us. He went there to represent the Lagos State Youth Parliament. So that's what we are saying. When there are initiatives that keep
will enable the youth
to get involved. So let's just we already have the platform. So let's just do more. The government should just keep laying emphasis on those things that will give us a platform to go. How should we go about this? Let them give us the materials, resources that are needed to do all of those things, to discharge it, and let us have a wealthy environment and a cleaner Lagos.
Okay, you know, when we started this conversation, you know, we started with asking about your journey. How did you find yourselves in this space? Because youth, the general opinion about youth is they just want to have fun. They just want to enjoy themselves. And I've been listening to you, you know, for about 30 minutes now. I can see, or we can see the passion, you know, we can see the spirit of, you know, wanting to do more. But, you know, something has been ringing in my head, and this is for both of you. What, you know, keeps you going? What keeps you motivated in this, when you find yourselves in a difficult situation, or when you find yourselves in setbacks, or when you find challenges? What is this thing that keeps you going? Because people will think, oh, it is money, like what they've been saying. And I've listened to both of you talk. What keeps you going?
Okay, I still emphasize back on what you mentioned, passion, that passion. And well, passion has to do with you, your personal self. Because sometimes we go to field, aside all of these challenges, we are doing cleanup, people insult you, a lot of things. Then the passion is, okay, I told somebody one day, okay, having a sustainable environment, drop tomato water, orange, put everything in a bucket, all this waste, put it in your room. Let it just be there for a week.
Exactly.
If that environment is conducive for you to sleep, the odor, if it's not affecting you, just continue living like that. But if it's not okay by you, then such things should not go straight to the environment. So, and that was the reason why I said you should practice separation of waste. Your recyclables take it away, don't throw it to the waterways. All of these things will not decay, they will remain there. So that's why through all of this participation, we learn waste management, upcycling, recycling. Even some, not, we don't really clean on land. We go on water too. We do water waste cleanup. Why some Lagos waterways authority.
Last one.
Sometimes they give us free boats, to have free access to boats to clean the waterways. Go through some initiatives, they support with different things. And also there are some NGOs out there that they just have their own cleanup, maybe in the name of their own what's it called?
Bodies.
Their own body, like, okay, this is what we want to achieve, we want to have a cleanup. Not just to have a cleanup. There are already existing bodies that are doing these things. Come together with them. You can't call her from our own constituency that you want to have a cleanup and she won't come up with their volunteers. Same as me too. If you want to have anything around, just, okay, we are coming to have society in your constituency. We'll come out with volunteers, but not just doing program that is not making the impact. That's not the message we are passing across. Is just for us to have a sustainable environment. Sustainable environment is not for an individual, just for every one of us. So how can we do this? Let's come together, collective effort. Let's make good impact to make the world, the earth, a greener place for us to do.
What keeps you going?
Okay, I would say more of, I have this mantra of service to humanity. On getting my appointment, there was a day my chairman joked about the fact that I know you are not a politician, but you get used to it soon. And along the line, he was still the same person that told me that it's not politics we are here for. This is governance and influence. And if you can influence little people around you, I feel you can do more. So this has always been like a motivation to me that I've not gotten there. The story isn't complete yet. We started small. We were able to bring ourselves together. A political appointment came. It's something I never expected. Not like I knew the chairman before. Not like it started from community engagement. So we only need to do better. And that one thing keeps me going, that if I can get a bigger platform, like I got a political appointment. Now I think through my appointments, there are some doors that opened. There are some backings that I don't have to start begging for government support. And one thing I also noticed is, irrespective of being in the NGO space, there are times that you need to know that you need the government if you want to make your impact sustainable and feasible. While we are engaging the government, we are engaging NGOs, then let's engage we as youths that have passion and that see meaning in many of what we do. If we all come to the round table, then we should be expecting an extremely outstanding impact. We don't need to, like I said, we don't need to work in silos again. If I'm going to a particular beach for cleanup, another NGO is going to that beach, why don't we come together and do something loud? I know that this beach, once we leave there, we are not coming back to say we are coming to this particular location. We should have this rest of mind that 100 youths in Lagos, they partner with this, that to make a sustainable and lasting impact here. And those in that community would be the ones to help us keep it up. That is our success story.
Even when I was even expecting you, when I said what kept you going, you know, in this climate change call, do you have any kind of mentors, you know, people you or people you look up to, you know,
I do.
why do they influence you?
I do. Actually, I mentioned earlier is Mr. Ashadi Abdusalam, who is the founder of Green Janitors Institute. So he's kind of person, the passion he has for this environment. Even he studied accounting in school. He studied accounting, but today he has different certificates in environmental. Even me as well, I studied education. I'm an educationist, right?
You're a big man. Education is big.
Yeah, I know.
Now I understand why you like advocacy.
Okay. I'm an educationist, but it's something different from environment, because there are people studying environment. There are environmental officers.
True.
Even we are not even a graduate of environment. We have this great impact than those who even study this thing. So all of those people are people that actually need to come on board with us. Okay, fine. You know the theoretical aspect. We
the practical.
Even some of us, we know the theoretical aspect as well. because what the research we make from our own end is more beyond what some people go and study in school.
What did you study? So, yeah.
All right, I actually did education also in science,
okay.
chemistry education from college, and I did chemistry education in the University of Lagos. And obviously, I was in a round table. I told someone I almost forgot I studied education.
So, who is your role model in this?
Like you mentioned, I would give accolades to Mr. Ashade.
You too, Mr.
Yeah,
Ashade.
funny enough, it's funny how I met him on Facebook. I did a cleanup posted, and he made a comment. He stays in Badag. It was basically. It was focused more on the Badagry or Joe axis then around Lasso. And I did a cleanup around Bariga, and he made a comment on my Facebook post. So he reached out. Then we went for a particular program in Abuja, and National Union of Lagos State students wanted to have a cleanup. I was not in Lagos. And I just said, let me reach out to this person. Can he assist and support? I've never met him before. And he was able to like put them through on what they needed to achieve that cleanup around FCE Unilag cleanup. And that was where I felt like, well, I guess this is someone that is more of impact. And we only met on the day of that cleanup. I had to come in from Abuja. That he said he was going to join them. Someone that doesn't even know me, and he gave me that kind of should I say respect or opportunity to audience. And I joined the cleanup. That was our first time of meeting. And apart from him, while trying to come up with different ideas of wanting to do something different, I told someone, we have lots of existing NGOs. It's not necessary I start by creating my own. Why don't I learn from these existing NGOs and see what I can do differently? I met with Honorable Eleniyo, former House of Assembly member. He has a PSP company, venture he runs. And I heard some of his stories on how he was opportune to meet the then First Lady, Honorable Oluremi Tinubu, how he got there and things he has been doing, and how environment gave him some of his first millions. And I was like, these are people that are doing fine in the political space. Wait, when you about say there is money in Ilegbe, there's money in waste. Like this is what they are actually talking about. And one person that also jeered me while I was trying to come up with the Waste Academy was Dr. Muyiwa Gbadegeshin. For every step I take, I give this man.
That's our Loma boss.
I give him accolades. Like he is a very good listener. And when I read his profile, he was a neuroscientist. He studied that, and I was like, how does this relate with the environment? And this man is bringing up new initiatives and the likes. And it's only jeered me that you can. My certificate doesn't have to always limit me to what I can do. This is something I have passion for. So I could just use the fact that I'm an educationist. I feel like I can pass lessons, I can teach people, reach out to people. Then let me use it in a way that would make impact in my community. But then I won't forget the stories of this set of people.
Okay, as we wrap up, what are the hopes of the future of Lagos in relation to climate action?
All right, I think I'll give accolades to the Commissioner for Environment also. And he's been doing a whole lot in bringing the environment to the forefront, Dr. Tokunbo Wahab to the forefront. And the fact that there is always something, your first step to any problem solving is understanding the problem. Now that Lagos has seen that, we know we have this problem due to our proximity to water bodies. And we are not sleeping on it. We are taking actions every day. Before the single-use plastic ban, it's been on for like years at a particular sitting of all commissioners. There is a body that covers all commissioners in Nigeria, and another that covers all permanent secretaries in the country. And they said Lagos was the first to actually move for ban of single-use plastic. The first time they moved for it, other states were not feeling the heat yet. So they didn't get the needed support to move that motion. But still, Lagos went ahead in their own little way to do things in between. And I would like to tell people that this single use is not now only a Lagos thing. It's across the federation, but we are kind of leading. When they banned styrofoam, we felt people would not survive. The Lagos winner. We've gotten used to it. And when you check our drainage and our canals, it has always been one of the major wastes that we get through. So it has reduced some of this waste. So I feel like it's a step-by-step thing. The fact that we already understand our problem and we are not sleeping on it and we are not deceiving ourselves that miracle will just happen. We are working towards it. Now, all we now need to push for is let our residents and people also see the need and take actions. We don't need to keep sitting to blame government.
Okay, Diano, just one last word for you, because we don't have time. a last word for you
All right.
for Lagos youth and climate action.
Yeah, thank you very much. I would urge each and every youth of Lagos State that they should take action that warrants change.
Action that warrants change.
Yes, let's make Lagos a greener place and safer place for us to stay.
That's it. Thank you very much. Dianu Mustafa Olonwa, member Lagos State Youth Parliament West Management Committee, and Suliat Oguns, member Lagos State Youth Parliament and former SSA on Environmental Health, Bariga LCDA. You've heard it all. It's up to you and I. We've been saying this over and over again. We cannot leave government to do this alone. There's a young, vibrant youth here in Lagos, and you can hear the magnificent things they've been doing in order for us to live in a safer and healthier space. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you
for
very much.
We'll be back after this break.